welcome to Crafts of the Law. Today, I must borrow one of the greatest Japanese horror manga artists, Junji Ito's work, once again. The story Shiver explores the curse of the Jade stone that causes holes to open up all over a person's body if they are around it. As it reads in the manga, Yuji's friend Hideo finds the Jade and he meets his dreadful fate. My attempt is to make Hideo come to life and give you the chills. If he does, then do let me know down in the comments. Also, whilst you are there, like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Perhaps consider checking me out on Patreon. I would like nothing more than to my humble channel to grow. Talking of growth, thank you to all 146 subscribers who have helped me reach my goal since the last video. You have helped open up the first milestone for the channel, so it's time to aim for the next one. More on that at the end of this video. Okay, let's get started. First, I will need a base, but it needs to be white. That's better. Now I need something that I can build the armature around. Let's see, what do we have? This ball from a broken standing light will do. I'm trying to figure out how it's going to stand on its own. I guess I will just hold it until the hot glue dries at the bottom. That's right, I'm making you all watch hold my pole. With some L brackets and a while later, this boy is standing on its own. But this skinny boy needs more girth. So I'll grab this cling film roll. It's a bit too long though. I'll cut it to size. I'll make sure to keep this bit for later. And this is where the hot glue will go. There should be plenty of hot glue for this boy to grow some skinny shoulders. It's time to walk him out. These particular cans are really weak at the bottom. So you can just pop them off and put that bit away for another day. Now that the structure of the can is so weak, I believe we should be able to just crack this open. Hey, it worked! It's looking much better now. We just need some arms. This wire should do the trick. He's looking a lot thicker now, but not quite thick enough. It's time for aluminium foil magic. I just keep stuffing and covering the armature in as much aluminium foil as I can. I believe I ended up using the whole 80 meters of roll that I had for this project. Hideo wears a shirt in the manga, so now that the armature is taking shape, it's time to dress him up. This shirt was designed for a 6 to 9 months old child. This is the smallest I could find, and the most accurate in design. So he's taking shape. And there's the bit from earlier. See, I'll use this as the base for the armature of the head. To make sure that the head is secure, I used a 2-part epoxy resin glue, which stinks. Time to get our hands dirty with some clay. But first, magic. Since the last video, I did upgrade to a clay roller machine. This upgrade allows me to roll out clay sheets of equal thickness to cover up the armature in. This boy needs some upper arms, so let's give it to him. I did do a shoddy job of covering up his lower back and his torso, but it will be covered up later on. At this point, I'm just applying some water over the clay to make sure it doesn't crack. Adding a bit more clay to the head, I now start working on the features of the face. Starting to feel like the inventor from Edward Scissorhands. Maybe it's time to change pace. I start defining the jawline, and let's just pop this nose on, which I will later remove in order to redo. Hideo's defining features in the cursed phase come from the many holes that cover his body. In one of those holes on his face, you can find his right eye sunken in, but still being held on by the optic nerve. Now that the nose, mouth and eyes are on, let's poke some holes. And we cannot forget about the ears. And with that, my child, your face is done. But you're not complete.
I have a present for you.
That's right, hands. With a coat of gesso for the clay, Mod Podge for the clothes, and white primer finish. And with a bit of black shading in some choice spots which I later regret, it's time for painting. If you're still watching, then a quick quiz. How many holes do you think I poked in Hideo's body? Share your guess down in the comments. I go through each individual hole that I created in the clay and paint it noir black. And there are a lot of holes. Using pure white paint, I repainted all the white areas before going back over them with noir black. Then I work on the eyes to try and make them look desperate and frightened at the same time. With the majority of the paint work done, we're almost there. However, I cannot leave him bold. It's time for the last magic. The next day, Hideo's body was found on the riverbank. And that's the end. What do you think? Did I manage to capture Hideo's frightened look? that moment of fear as he's meeting his dreadful end? Let me know down in the comments, and whilst you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. The next goal is to get to 10 times 100. That's right, 1,000 subscribers. If we can get there by the end of the year, you guys will make me incredibly happy and proud. Again, thank you very much for all the, actually it's now 150 subscribers as I'm recording this video, over 150 subscribers. So I really appreciate each and every one of you clicking the button. Okay, I promise the next video is going to be a little bit more colorful. As you can see, there are more colors there, not just black and white. So yeah, see you next time.